is already a step in a direction of complementing the efforts of government. Since our inception, in the executive structure of NAPSA, it is about voluntarism. None of the executive is paid anything. And upon graduating, you happen to become executive member. You spend a little of your lifetime to the cause of the students. That is complementing the efforts of government. When we see there are situations that are arising in the school settings, in our school environment, we will not wait for, you see, that is the beauty about NAPSA. That is the beauty about NAPSA. We believe in the doctrine of dialogue. When it happens in Bansang and Armitage, we didn't wait for anybody to tell us that there is a problem happening this, you have to go. We rushed there through support from MOPSI. In fact, it was NAPSA that notified MOPSI of the incident in Bansang and Armitage. It was NAPSA, myself, that notified the ministry about it. With their commitment, they were there to making sure that we have achieved what we ought to achieve, to the interest of the students. We went there. We didn't wait for anybody to tell us that. We staged activities, programs for the students, a lot of programs, capacity building, leadership trainings, a lot of them for the students, complementing the efforts of government. We conduct countrywide tours in a bid to addressing certain burning issues affecting the lives of students. And among them, like I said, is to instill the attitude of discipline in the minds of students, in the minds of young people, who are supposed to be, in fact, who are already the flag bearers of this country. This is what we do, and is in complement to the efforts of government. And with 11 years, we have succeeded in doing that, thanks to the Almighty Allah. But alongside that, we will want to commend the government as well. Because if you want to complement the effort of somebody, it should be recognized. What we've seen is actually a progressive government. We want to commend the commitment that is in MOPSI. When we conduct tours, we will highlight all the issues that we've found out alongside, constraints affecting the lives of students. We will compile a report and send it to the ministry. The ministry will take concern, about them. So this is the dialogue that is between NAPSA and the ministry. We are not a student union that believes, in the idea of, leading protest, violence against government. We don't believe that, and it has to be very, very clear, because that is not the road towards development that is sustainable. Before development is sustainable, there should be participation from young people, and as well positively. This is why we have continued to enjoy the peace and stability that the country is enjoying in.
This is the interview, and I am talking to Jarga Gay, Chairman of the National Patriotic Students Association, who are marking their 11th anniversary on Friday, the 10th of August. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Are you not disappointed with the Gambia not registering success in sports? And we expect young people from the school-going age to be the suppliers of players.
Mm-hmm.
Under 17, for example, the under 20, even at the senior level, we are all looking forward to our youths.
Of course. NAPSA is a member of the Task Force Committee for Senior Secondary School Sports. So we know what happens as far as sports in the senior secondary schools is concerned. We are aware about it. And of recently, the recently concluded inter-schools competition, we've seen young people that have the potentials to represent this country at any sporting activity. We have seen that happening. It's just about getting to the grassroots, setting things the way they are supposed to be done. to avoid going up and as well coming down. When we go up, we should endeavor to make sure we remain there. In fact, take it to the higher heights. So all these are structures that I suppose needs to be set in place to guarantee the sustainability of our progress in the sporting activities. That is it. And in the senior secondary schools, we are doing great. We are doing enough. We're trying to support students that are in the schools. And it's very interesting that you've realized some people have their basis. Some people have chosen to be athletes. Though being in school, they have chosen their life to make it in the area of sports. So this is all happening in the school systems. And we've seen those youngsters with great potentials that if they are developed, if they are helped, they could turn to be greater achievements, not only to themselves, but as well to the Gambia as a country.
You're marking 11 years this year, come the 10th of August, Friday.
Yes.
What do you plan for the immediate future?
That is a good question.
It's always a good question when you sit here.
Yeah, like I heard you said, you're always good at asking good questions.
Oh yes, of course.
At our level, we shall be coming up after the anniversary with a strategic plan document that each and executive coming shall be following to a particular date. We'll not say it's 3 years or 5 years. We have not discussed about the duration of the strategic plan. That is what we think will help a lot. Other than executive coming, starting with new things, with new ideas. I think progress itself has to be progressive. It has to be a process that should be followed. When we come up with that strategic plan, it's going to help a lot. And following that strategic plan, I may disclose a few of what we have there. And presumably, maybe this year or sometime around beginning of January, we have thought of coming up with a national essay competition. National essay competition. We shall be premised on 2 things and categorized on 2 areas. A topic for the senior secondary school and as well a topic for the upper basic schools. We have decided to come up with a topic in relation to agriculture. What are the role of students to mitigating crop failures? What are the roles of students? Something like that will be the topic. And with that, we have belief. Of course, we might not financially be that strong to say 500,000 is here. Take it and supporting communities and so on and so forth. But we want to believe that the students have the potential towards the solutions of the problems that we are faced with. And when we come up with this essay competition, we will give them the opportunity to write on what they think could be recommendations and advances that we could have to remedying and as well curbing the excesses of perhaps some of the agricultural lapses. When we do that, we will have a compare report of all what the students have written, and from there we will look into the most outstanding ones and have it documented. All this, of course, will require fund, in which we cannot do, we don't have. So we might solicit support from parties concerned, that will want to solve problems.
So the account is not healthy?
It's not healthy. The account is not healthy.
Withdrawn all that was in there?
Withdraw?
Withdrawn?
Withdraw positively. We withdraw it and use it for the cause of students. We've withdrawn it and use it for the cause of the students.
And the farm is left there at Yundum?
Yeah.
So far there's not even a seed in the farm?
Not yet. Not yet.
Friend.
Not yet.
In August, huh?
Not yet. Yeah. Well, we will do that.
You will do that. Of course. You promise to do that.
We will do that.
All right. Now you're talking about your being handicapped financially. Who are your sponsors? Where do you tap resources from in order to go on some of your programs?
We have resources based on programs that we want to implement. When we say this is an activity we want to implement, we write to parties concerned about that particular activity, and we seek for fundings. If it comes, we use it to fund. But away from that, we have, like you've said initially, the president. The president is so generous to the cause of students' welfare, and he has been there for the students. So part of what he gave goes to their